Today is deadline day, the final day of the January transfer window, and so far it's supposed to be a very boring window for Newcastle United, and I think it's fair to say we all sort of expected that to happen. And although we don't expect any incomings because of our situation with financial fair play, PSR and all the rest of it, we may see some outgoings today. There's many clubs interested. Ipswich Town, for example, have inquired for the services of Paul Dummett. Lyon and Besiktas yet again want Jamal Lascelles, and Newcastle United have confirmed the signing of Alfie Harrison. We'll get on to him because he's a very, very bright talent. Without further ado, we'll take a look at the transfer news from today, because although I'm recording at 4 o'clock, we've got a pretty lot. Reeth then, lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. As we all know, it is deadline day today, and probably we don't expect anything to happen whatsoever. Definitely no incomings, although if it was, it would be a loan with obligation, but I just can't see it happening whatsoever. Honestly, I think the squad's going to stay the same, but in the next transfer window, in the summer, things are going to have to happen, and I believe some of the players like Emil Kraft, unfortunately, who in my opinion, when we talk about Deadwood, if you included him in the Deadwood sort of bracket, he would probably be the best of a bad bunch. Against Fulham and Chelsea a couple of games ago, he was very, very good, but we can see some players like the likes of Dummett, Loris Karius, Richie, all go to get them off the wage budget because they are on a very, very high wage for respectively what they offer Newcastle United. Now, speaking of that, Ipswich have inquired, this is reported by Lee Ryder and the Chronicle, they've inquired for the services of Paul Dummett. Now, for me, look, Paul Dummett, as much as we'll actually take the mick out of him for just being a sort of meme, he is a very good servant for Newcastle United, but the thing is, if we want to be a serious club, and I know this is a little bit harsh, but if we want to be a serious club, we'll have to let the likes of Paul Dummett go, lads. In a situation where he can go and play football and actually enjoy himself, of course, he'd probably like to stay at his boyhood club, where he's been for a very long time and getting a very good wage. I mean, it's only fair that he gets that, you know what I mean? But if he wants to go and play first team football, where we might get the tiniest fee for him, I can probably guarantee that it might be a free transfer, but if we got a tiny fee for him, we got him off the wage books, and he wanted to go there, I would be all from going there, but of course we would thank him for his service yet again. So that's a bit on the Paul Dummett and Ipswich sort of transfer speculation, but we've got it on Besiktas yet again, who've come in for Jamal Lascelles, and Lyon are coming in this time. This is given to us by yet again Lee Ryder. He said, Besiktas have inevitably returned with interest to Jamal Lascelles and are keen to offer the player a new challenge with a full recollection package available to his family. Now, Jamal Lascelles, if we did let him go, I've seen people say we haven't got any sort of cover there. Of course, the starting two centre-backs would be Sven Botman and Fabian Schär. That's non-negotiable. Even when Jamal Lascelles was covering Sven Botman very, very well, and Schär went over the left-hand side, people were saying Sven Botman has to come in and fight for his place. I mean, that was pretty laughable. I was laughing at that from the start. Although Jamal Lascelles was absolutely superb in cover, and he genuinely has stepped up his game, and when we talk about fantastic servants, he's been a captain since, was it the 2015-16 season when we got relegated and he had a scrap with Janmaat over not fighting for the badge. He is a proper servant for Newcastle United. Honestly, tough as out. He can be a little bit clumsy and light-headed at times, but apart from that, he genuinely is a very, very good servant. But if we let him go to Besiktas, let's see who we can play at centre-back. Of course, Botman and Schär, non-negotiable. Emil Kraft and Paul Dummett, and like I say, if we were going to let one of them go, I wouldn't let the other. It would either be Paul Dummett or Jamal Lascelles, but Emil Kraft can play right centre-back. Paul Dummett can play left centre-back. Alex Murphy, who played against Rangers, of course, he's a youngster who we bought from Galway United, I believe it was. He played against Rangers in pre-season, and he was very, very good. He's been on the bench quite a few times this season. He can play left centre-back very well. He can also play left back. He's a versatile player. But for me, if we did sell Lascelles, it probably would be a bit different to Paul Dummett. Of course, Lascelles right now is injured, as we know. We could definitely get a fee from him. We wouldn't ever let him go for free, although he probably is going for he is going for a free very, very soon. So if we got a little bit of a fee, I don't even think we'd have the time to actually manoeuvre on this transfer window, if you know what I mean. So the fee would have to be pretty decent. But that's it. Besiktas are yet again interested in Jamal Lascelles. And on to other news, which is pretty exciting for myself, because in my lifetime I've never seen England play live, and it's been confirmed on the 3rd of June, on the Monday I believe it is. Yes, on the 3rd of June, on a Monday, pending from the FA's confirmation, but it is reported by many sources and Craig Hope that England are set to play in Newcastle. You heard that correctly. On the 3rd of June, on a Monday, England will play Bosnia and Herzegovina just for a friendly game. I mean, I know it's a friendly game, but I've never seen England play in my lifetime. I don't know what it is. Of course, I love watching England in the World Cup. I'm absolutely fanatic about it. We've always got the Free Line songs on. In the Euros, you're that little bit less interested, but of course, you still want them to win it massively, but the World Cup is just a step above. But with England, I've always felt a little bit, I don't know what it is, like, pushed away from it because it's just Southgate. You know he's going to have a horrible squad selection. You know he's not going to make the right substitutions. And as soon as we go 1 goal up, we'll defend for our lives. I've always felt a little bit sort of pulled away from it. But to go and see them live, it might change my tune because I'd be desperate to go to that game. And if I could get a ticket, I'm 100% going to that game. Now, on to other news, which is very, very exciting. Newcastle United have confirmed themselves on their Instagram, Twitter, and of course other social medias that they've completed the signing of Alfie Harrison, the 18-year-old who won the under-18 Premier League with Manchester City last season. 8 goals, 4 assists. He's Man City's number 10. You're not a mug if you have that number, let's just say that, to be quite frank. But he is a very, very talented player. He sounds like a sound lad as well. I don't want to say nothing, but he does seem and sound like a very, very sound lad. The youth revamp at Newcastle United right now is absolutely superb. You look at the players. I was at the under-18 youth game where, unfortunately, they did get beat 5-0 by Bournemouth. But Newcastle, I don't want to say the better team in that game, but they genuinely had the majority of the ball in that game. Trayvon Sanusi, he's genuinely a very, very good footballer. He can beat a man. His passing's half decent. His end product looked good. He was trying all these sort of Maradonas and these Rabona shots while being 4-0 down. I mean, the kid's obviously an entertainer. Travis Hearns, who of course we do know just got called up to the bench in our last match. Leo Shahar, the right back, I believe he can play centre mid on the right hand side. That's just off the top of my head. But there's many, many players. And of course, Alfie Harrison now, who will join with the player development side, I believe it is. I don't actually know the full-on term, but he will be joining them again. Honestly, the youth revamp, which something has always been overlooked by Mike Ashley in the previous regime, is now coming to a complete up, and it's absolutely fantastic to see that we've took Manchester City, arguably the best club in world football right now, the best performing club in world football right now. We've took their number 10, lads. And just before we end the video, away from the transfer news, but we've actually got a little bit of team news confirmed for 2 days time, of course. We are playing Luton Town at home in the Premier League, and expect a match day vlog for that. I can't wait to bring you them. Of course, I've got my posh little microphone for that as well. But anyways, yes, we've got kind of team news on the Alexander Isak injury. Harvey Barnes may be coming onto the bench, and much, much more. We'll take a look. Now, this is given to us by Craig Hope, and he said, of course, Harvey Barnes didn't make the bench for Villa, but Luton, it's a very, very big sort of chance that he does get to go on the bench. Now, for me personally, with all due respect, look, it's Luton Town. I know the beat were Kenilworth Road, and I never like discrediting any team, but it is Luton Town. It's St James's Park, where we'll always do very, very well, and you'd probably expect it against Luton as well. A front three of Miggy on the left, who was superb there against Villa. Gordon at striker, which is also confirmed by Craig Hope. We'll get on that in a second. And Jacob Murphy at right wing, who impressed me yet again, got a goal against Aston Villa. But if Harvey Barnes was to come onto the bench, don't rush him back. There's no need to rush him back and risk another injury. It's something what we've done so many times this season. We've done it with Joe Linton twice now. We've done it with Sven Botman. We don't want to do it with Harvey Barnes either. He was going to potentially be a very crucial player at Newcastle United. I mean, brought in for, what was it, £40 million? He's probably... I mean, he obviously is a crucial player at Newcastle United, you know what I mean? And then Craig Hope also said about 5 hours ago, as of the time of recording, by the time it'll be about 6, he said, either way, Callum Wilson hasn't trained with Newcastle United since Tuesday, 2 days ago, of course, and Alexander Isak injury is definitely enough to keep him out of Luton's game. So you can expect Anthony Gordon to be leading the line, to be Newcastle United's temporary number 9, shall we say, for Luton Town at home, which, for me personally, look, Gordon is our best performer in the team. He's the best on form. He's one of the best up-and-coming talents in the league, and I love him so much. He's one of my favourite players on the left wing. He is absolutely electric, and just, it's striker for me, he's absolutely hopeless. And I'm not discrediting him on the wing, of course, he's a fantastic player, but it's striker, he doesn't offer Newcastle anything. His runs that he does make, though, that is a very, very big positive. He runs that he makes are absolutely superb, but I think it's something gets over him. It's like a lack of thinking and decision making when he is a striker. I don't like it whatsoever. Of course, he's not like a big bulky number 9, not that Alexander Isak is, but you do know what I mean. He doesn't pose that exact aerial threat, or I don't know, but maybe if we can just sort of nick some sort of goals on Luton, because we don't have that complete striker threat. But anyways, yes, we will be doing a match preview for Luton tomorrow, and then the day after that, of course, we've got the match day vlog. So without further ado, people, like the video if you do enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already for more daily content. Yet again, like I said, expect that match day vlog on Saturday. I love bringing you them, so do expect that. And you can also become a member on the channel now. If you go in the description below, I believe I'll put the link there. You'll see, I actually name the names, Jake, Charlie, and a few more that have actually bought the membership, and you get exclusive gifts, pictures, and a badge as well. It's fantastic, and that upgrades every single month. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Geordie Josh. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go and enjoy your day.